Welcome back to Glamour Unfiltered, hosted by me, Josh Smith, and today we're joined by the queen of the teens, Stranger Things star, and now she's the face of Pandora meets Millie Bobby Brown. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. Well, you are a queen, back in your homelands, babes.
Yes.
And we're here to launch Pandora Me, which you've collaborated on, which amazingly also touched on the themes of self-discovery, self-expression. And I just wanted to know, how do you express your internal self through fashion and jewelry, would you say?
I like keeping it simple and classy. Feels elegant and feminine, but I also do kind of like that tomboyish vibe. So for me, I do like these cool, like kind of boyish, and I don't know, it feels kind of masculine, even though it's like a feminine vibe with the charms. Anything comfy is my style. Like I'm down. Even today I was like, these look like pajamas, I'm gonna wear it. Yeah. So I'm really into anything comfy.
And do you use it to say something about what's going on in your inner self as well?
I'm kind of, if I would describe myself, like I'm a cozy person. I like to stay warm. I like to keep everything kind of internal, like everything. I have like a close knit of friends, a close family, everything. Like I like to be in my house. I like to be in my room watching stuff. Like it sounds like I'm like a hermit. Like it sounds like I'm like never go outside. I love the outside, but I really like to be cozy and warm, and that's kind of how I would describe at least my nature. Is I try to be as warm as possible and as welcoming. And so yeah, I think that's kind of like when I'm wearing fluffy clothes, people want to cuddle.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Because this collection is about self-expression, what is your, and self-identity, what has your own journey been like towards discovering yourself, would you say?
I mean, it's constantly evolving with me. You know, starting out in this industry, I started off with so many views that I wouldn't, I guess, agree with now. And I think it's more like with the education that I've been given, like I can really learn more things about who I am as a person, what's going on in society today. And it's definitely shaped me differently. And I feel like, yeah, I don't know, the more you read, the more you learn about, has made me grow differently and made me perceive things differently, I guess.
I mean, we're all still growing. Yeah. The growth never stops.
Growth never stops, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
For me, like, as much as I change, I'm constantly myself in my way. Like, I don't know, I couldn't really pinpoint one thing I'm consistent at, but I would say I'm always myself, and that's what keeps me consistent.
What would you say has been like the biggest moment that shaped you as a person on that journey of self-discovery, would you say?
Well, I'd say a few years ago, I met a young girl. Her name was Olivia LaRusso, and she had been diagnosed with cancer, and I got friends with her for a while, and we then became best friends, and we spoke every day. And then she sadly passed away, and ever since then, I mean, I'm best friends with her sisters, her twin sister, her family. We're very close, and my new beauty and skincare line called Florence, we have a dedicated in memory of product about Olivia, and I think that one of those, like, that's probably one of the biggest things that shaped me as a person. It genuinely made me look around and be grateful for everything I have. It made me grateful for not only my family, but like life itself, and being young and really embracing everything you've got in this current moment, and then also trying to help other people. So I think that was probably one of the biggest shapeshifters for me. And
also you kind of want to carry on achieving it for her memory as well.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Keeping her legacy living on, and you know, fighting for research. It's so important, and I think, you know, it's something that it's definitely inspired me to get out there and do more.
Because you are such an empowering person.
Thank you.
And you're inspiring people across all generations. It's not even just you're inspiring teenagers. Like, I've heard some of the things you spoke about before, and I've been so inspired by some of the stuff you said, and it's made me kind of rethink about my positioning on certain things, for sure. But when you're coming to express your inner voice, it's quite a scary thing to do.
Yeah.
No matter how old you are, but especially at your age. Yeah. How difficult has that been for you?
It can be difficult. Yeah. I mean, not only just the fact that sometimes it's just being a girl is difficult, but not only that, it's difficult being young. I mean, people can really not take you seriously, especially in this industry. It's very difficult to get your point across, be heard. I'm put in a situation which is, you know, sometimes it's different, as maybe a little bit different than other young people, but it's almost the same situation, you know. I'm being watched by everyone, and basically every move I make is being watched by everyone, but actually it's not that different in any way. I mean, there's teenagers out there that are evolving in themselves, and they have to go to school every day and deal with whatever they're dealing with or whatever they're dealing with at home. And so for me, we all face the same complications. It's how we deal with them and how we react. So, but for me, I would say, like, it's scary for me to express myself at times. But then there are moments where I feel very empowered and I feel, you know, like, really great about myself. Like when I produced Enola Holmes, I got honored that title, you know, honored, not legitimately honored, but felt like I was so honored to have that title as a producer. And I walked onto set and everybody respected me as a person and just like as a co-worker. And I felt really respected, and I felt like we were both treating each other equally, and I felt very empowered by that. I was really moved, and so I feel like those are the moments where I kind of sit there and I appreciate, you know, what it's like to be treated the same.
Because also it's difficult if you're a child, because people will talk down to you unnecessarily sometimes, and then you're literally standing up there and you're like, no, I need to let my voice be heard, and that's such a powerful thing, and that's something you do with UNICEF, which is so incredible.
Thank you.
It's all about bringing a voice to children. How important is that to you?
I want my voice to be heard, and Greta Thunberg wants her voice to be heard, and you know, all these amazing young people. I could think of, you know, of Malala Yousafzai, her voice wants to be heard. Imagine the millions of kids that want to be heard and they can't be because they're silenced, or they are ignored, or they are looked down upon for maybe their age or their gender. Whatever their circumstance is, I like that UNICEF gives them a voice, lets them have a seat at the table, lets them talk about what they're passionate about. It's so important to have these voices, because ultimately it will change the world, and ultimately world leaders will have to listen. We are the next generation. It's going to be us, and we're going to be having to fix the problems that you have created or you haven't helped fix. Ultimately, UNICEF gives a voice to young people, and I think it's so important.
Because sitting here right now, what would you say is the most pressing issue for you and the younger generation today?
I mean, it's where do you really want to start? You know, it's like you can go with the fact that every young person, including girls mostly, deserve to have an education. The fact that social media is still allowing bullies, it's like, how is this still happening? That is in itself, you know, and then you've got climate change, which is literally the biggest issue of all, because without that, no one can have education. Without the world, nobody's going to learn. We need to start taking care of our planet in the best way. We've got some amazing voices out there that are really fighting against this, which I'm in total support of. But those, I mean, probably the biggest pressing matter right now is climate change.
It's also so hard because there's so many big issues going on right now that we all need to fight, and sometimes it can get very overwhelming as well, because you're like, what do I actually stand up for next?
But how do I fit into this, you know? For me, like, I support many causes that are going on, you know. I support protests that are going on, or you know, something that's, you know, amazing communities and things like that. I support them, but there are things that I will stand up and fight for. And for me, I think everyone that's treated equally in any situation or format, school, workplace, that is what we need to fight for. You know, it's for that, because that literally affects me. I can't watch someone being spoke down to, you know, no matter who they are. If they're a 2-year-old, like I said, if they're 70, you know, I don't care. We should all be treated the same way, no matter who we are as people. So that's probably something that it enrages me. So I try to stay calm about it. But yeah, no, I feel like there are some pressing matters that I feel really passionate about, but nothing that I won't fight for.
Also, I think when you're enraged about something, it gives you a power.
Yeah.
And it gives you like, yes.
Well,
and
you hear it, like, so I was just watching Greta Thunberg's speech the other day, and you hear the passion and the drive that she has in her voice, and it inspires you. It makes you think about everything.
Yeah.
She has this amazing tone to her, where you hear it in her voice that she's struggling to even, you know, think about what's going on to this world, and this is crazy.
So you're surrounded by such an amazing community of people as well.
Yeah.
And you have so many amazing contacts who are feeding your growth, which is such an incredible thing.
Yeah.
What piece of advice is someone giving you that's really shaped you as a person?
My mum,
Yeah.
just whatever happens will happen. Like, legitimately, if something's gonna happen, you've just got to let it happen. You've got to accept it and let it go. And I've used that in every part of my life, you know, if that's with a friend, if that's with, you know, my work, if that's with something that's going on with me as a person, whatever is happening to me, if I can't help and change it, if I can't, then I have to accept it and let it go. And that's something I've learned, which can be difficult, but ultimately it's good for your soul to just
Oh my gosh, you let things go.
Yeah, you do, you have to.
Because sometimes you just have to do that for your own self-care.
Yeah. It's just like a certain amount of toxic, it gets too much at some point, and you have to realize that every decision you make has to be good for you. And that's what I've learned for sure, which is young.
Yeah, not for anyone else either.
No, I mean, there are certain, like, I'm not a people pleaser, but I love to make sure everybody's happy.
Yeah.
And my mum says, ultimately, you can't make everyone happy, you know? So I feel like that, my mum gives some good advice. I mean, it's not original, but
it's a good one.
But it's a good one. She tells me a lot.
Yeah, because also, while we're speaking about letting go of things and like negativity and things like that, when it comes to social media, it's the most amazing platform that we have today to mobilize people, but there's also a very negative element to it as well, with social media trolls and bullies and things like that. How do you switch off from that, and how do you separate yourself from negativity?
I think I'm constantly switched off from social media. I mean, you know, there's a certain amount of love I have for social media, but I have realized that actually, like, what I post on social media is me. I don't ever want to post anything that doesn't feel like me. So until social media becomes a place that I think is acceptable, which is a positive place to spread love and light and funny memes and like genuine just love and appreciation for everyone. And when certain people are not allowed on social media, then name no names. I will then appreciate social media. But until that becomes a more positive place, less political, more fun, light-hearted. We need to appreciate that actually, like, the stuff that's going on in the world. We need to spread the message. It's very important to spread messages. Social media is a great place to do that, but it becomes so hateful and it becomes so violent and aggressive, and nobody needs that. No young person needs that in their life, especially on their phone, that they can just take anywhere they want. So I don't know. I love social media. I love my fans and I love posting funny things, but until it changes a little, that's when I'll appreciate it.
And sometimes we just need a bit of escapism, babe, don't we?
Yeah.
Just like, let's get the funny memes on. Let's just
I love the relatable memes, like the ones I just see them and I just love it. It makes me so happy.
I mean, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
And now, as if you haven't got enough on your plate, producer, actress, now you're a beauty mogul. I mean, honey, take a day off.
Yeah, no, I am, trust me. No, I love it. I love every second of it. It's so fun. Everything I'm doing is because I want to do it. You know, that's what I love. I'm in total control of everything that I'm doing, and I have the best family to support me through that and the best team to support me through that. 3 years ago, I was like, I want to make beauty and skincare for people that, first of all, can't afford the bougie, you know, products that you put on your face, and second of all, things that are good for you, like actually good for you, tested, and that makes you feel good about yourself. You're not like piling a bunch of makeup on your face that you don't need to. You're already beautiful, and that's what I wanted to make. You know, I was like, you need to look beautiful. You need to look beautiful. You need to put foundation on, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to do that. Like, that was not what I was about. That was what I was about. It was just basically adding to the beauty you already have. It's scary to go into new spaces because you never know how people are going to react, or if they're going to find you, you know, if they're going to take you seriously. It's so difficult, but if you have passion, drive, and confidence, it will get you through it.
What do you use to empower you in those moments when you doubt yourself?
The tired nights where I just like finish at 5 a.m. at work and go straight on a plane to go to this place, like those are the things that I appreciate, and I say, you know what, I deserve this. I deserve to go and meet these people, and I deserve to go and talk to my fans, and I deserve to go and on a vacation. Like those things, you have to look in the mirror and say, you know, like you, I'm sure, or somebody even my age that have just done exams, they deserve a week to chill out. Like these people, we need to like appreciate that rest and sleep and all that good stuff is really, really, really important, especially as a teenager. It's the most forming, it's your most forming years.
Oh my God, yeah, because self-care is not selfish.
No, it's not, thank you.
And that's what people need to realise.
That's on my beauty and skincare. It's like, self-care is not selfish.
Yes, deliver that message.
Yes.
What would you say to the people out there who watch this? And we've discussed loads of different things about confidence, overcoming confidence, discovering yourself. And if someone's like doubting themselves and who they are as a person, what kind of like rallying call message would you want to give to them?
I mean, listen to Lizzo.
Yes!
Right.
I love that! It's so true!
Listen to Lizzo, because she just empowers me immediately.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Wow.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in my room. I love it. I like when they're like, she's like checking my nail. I'm like, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'd say listen to Lizzo and look in the mirror and look at yourself and feel beautiful.
Yeah.
It's hard, but once you get there eventually, you genuinely have to look at yourself and feel beautiful inside and out.
Well, I saw her at Glastonbury and it was like the most life-affirming moment for me ever.
Insane. I
She was
love
like, I want you to look in that mirror and tell you love yourself.
I
And I was
know.
like, yes!
She's so sick. She's so cool.
It's
I
so
love her.
great.
And she's an amazing role model. You're an amazing role
Thank
model.
you.
And just keep inspiring us, babe.
Thanks.
You're great.
Awesome.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us for another edition of Glamour Unfiltered, hosted by me, Josh Smith, and joined by the incredible Millie Bobby Brown. And for more empowering people such as Millie, ding, 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 make sure you subscribe to the Glamour UK channels now. Have you done it yet, babe?
No.
You're gonna have to do it straight after this.
You have to do it.
Yeah, you have to do it too.